Welcome back. Vice President Kamala Harris has boasted of being the last person in the room when it comes to important decisions, including the 2021 withdrawal from Afghanistan. So what was her role? My next guest, a former journalist who wrote a best-selling book about it called Kabul. He was also an investigator on the House probe into the deadly exit. It's Jerry Dunleavy, who's back late with me here on the Final Five. Good to see you again.
Good to be here again.
A lot has changed in the last year since you've been here. You were talking about that book when you joined us last time. You worked on this House probe. You left the House probe. Give me a sense right now of what we know and what we don't know about what happened at Abbey Gate.
Yeah, so part of the problem with the committee's investigation, the House Foreign Affairs Committee's investigation, is they didn't really do the basic things that would need to be done to figure out exactly what happened at Abbey Gate. But what we do know is that it was carried out by a terrorist by the name of Abdul Rahman al-Lagri, who's an ISIS-K terrorist who had been freed from Bagram on or around August 15, 2021. Now that came just over a month after the United States abandoned Bagram. So the U.S. abandons Bagram, the Taliban's advances continue. They take Bagram and they free dozens of al-Qaeda terrorists, thousands of Taliban prisoners, and well over 1,000 ISIS-K terrorists as well, including Abdul Rahman al-Lagri. And the United States, because of policy decisions made in the Biden White House, and because General McKenzie turned down a Taliban offer to let the United States military secure Kabul, because of those decisions, the Taliban went into Kabul, and we were forced to do our evacuation through that small airport in Kabul. And we were also forced to rely on the Taliban to provide security outside the airport. Probably not a great idea. The Taliban had Haqqani Taliban, Badri 313 members who are strongly linked to al-Qaeda and also have links to ISIS-K as well. And that bomber was able to carry out that successful attack on August 26, 2021, killing 13 U.S. service members.
So we're at a point right now where this has come up as part of this presidential campaign, and it's a unique campaign because you do have the Biden administration, obviously, which would presumably become the Harris administration were she to win. You have the Trump administration. Both still seem to be blaming the other side. The Biden administration has said, hey, we worked with the deal that the Trump administration had put out there. The Trump administration said, no, it was the Biden administration that screwed things up. There's a lot of back and forth here. The fact remains there are still many dead service members. There are still a lot of questions not answered. What do we know, and what can you say about what the vice president may have known and being the last one in the room? Yeah.
So, you know, when it comes to the Biden-Harris administration's defense, they do point to the Doha Agreement, a deal struck between the Trump administration, the U.S., and the Taliban. Pretty terrible deal, actually. However, there were conditions in that agreement that the Taliban never followed. It wasn't following them in 2020 when Trump was president. The Taliban wasn't following them in 2021 when Biden was president. And so there was no obligation by the United States to somehow follow through on the deal. In fact, Ned Price, the top spokesman for the State Department, said that when it came to the Biden-Harris administration's decision-making, they considered the Doha Agreement to be immaterial and the conditions in it to be immaterial. So it's kind of a weak argument. It doesn't work. In terms of Vice President Harris's role, look, she has bragged about being the last person in the room for many important decisions. She specifically bragged about being the last person in the room for this decision, which was President Biden's decision to go to zero, to do a conditionless total withdrawal from Afghanistan, a rapid withdrawal from Afghanistan. He made that decision on April 14, 2021, and he very bizarrely set the withdrawal date for September 11, 2021, the 20th anniversary of the terrorist attacks of 9/11. Harris supported the decision by President Biden privately and in public repeatedly, and she continues to support it today. And it was that decision to go to zero in rapid fashion with no plan about how to continue to support the Afghan military, pulling U.S. troops, but also U.S. advisors, contractors, logistics, air support, everything that we had built the Afghan military around, and everything that we knew the Afghan military could not function without. It was that decision that was the proximate cause of the Taliban taking over Afghanistan in August 2021. Vice President Harris was the last person in the room for that decision. She defends it in public. She wants to be the next commander-in-chief, but she owns that decision.
All right. Again, if you want to read more about it, Jerry wrote the book Kabul. It is out. It has been a bestseller. You still could find it somewhere. Good to see you, Jerry. Thank
you very much.
Appreciate the insight on this one. And the Final Five is back right after this.
Black hole sun.